sugar. Oh, I know what. I know that look.
Shuggy wants some big pets. Does she? So, bird.
Bird.
Ah, there we are. Finally found the chat.
Cockatoos with attitude. And someone beating on the chair. Lucy, it's all right. That's Lucy. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Good boy. KK's not sure about Lucy yet. It's one of those days. Good weather outside, but terrible air quality. So, well, not terrible, but terrible for them. So,
Bird.
22 micrograms of the 2.5 or less pollutants in the air. So, hello.
Oh, my
What you
KK.
doing? What you doing in there? A good bird? Yes, you are a good
And
bird.
somebody's waddling on the floor. Is that Snowball?
That's Cecil.
Oh, that's Cecil.
Have you been stuffing something in that toy? It looks like it. Hey.
There are so many lovely frisbees. Somewhere must be a Snowball. And there's a Shug with a foot up. That looks funny.
Falling asleep while she's preening. That's different.
Oh my, that's so cute. Shuggy. Sleeping with high four up. That's adorable. Oh my. That will make great pictures. Jasmine is also there.
Trying to get it to take a picture by tapping, but it's not going to do it. Now it's too late.
Shuggy.
It's the there it goes. Took a picture then. A little late. What did you say? What did you say? Yeah, those micro particles that stay in your lungs, they can't be breathing a bunch of that. So,
So, just has Falcons who arrived in chat. So, hello and welcome, Falcon 2.
hello, Falcon Sue. Snowbird, what are you doing?
What is it? Oh, throwing a frisbee like a pro. Oh, my Snowball. You're so talented.
Look at that smile. Look at that smiling snowbird.
Yeah, he's such a happy boy to have his frisbees.
Yeah, I had to make it so that Pippa comes out in the second group now. She can't be out with him because she won't leave him alone if he's got a frisbee.
Yeah,
If I take
Pippa
her,
overdid it a little bit with room monitoring, especially frisbee monitoring. So it was hardly possible for Snowball to touch any frisbee without Pippa interfering. So
yeah, so out in the aviary, it's not a problem, but we can't go out today with the air quality. So
no, out in the aviary, she's causing Triton trouble with KK.
yes, yep. And that's just because she wants to sit on my lap, and KK is defending me. I'm working with him on it, but it'll take a while. The first step was to make it so he felt comfortable with us. Now is to make it so he feels like he doesn't have to defend me, and that's another project.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do with that?
Cecil, he's proud having two toys at once again.
It was funny. Yesterday you were saying that my face was red. I couldn't figure out why you were saying that, but now I know. I ran out of my B vitamins and all I had was niacinamide. And if you take a high dose of niacin, your whole skin gets flushed. So
Who said that to you?
you were saying that my face was red. It was because I took a
Oh
high
yeah, I
dose
was
of,
saying that. I understood Cecil said that.
Cecil didn't say it. Did you, Cecil? No, so yeah, so I didn't have my multi B vitamin. I only had the niacin, and I didn't pay attention to how strong it was. You take enough of that, it feels like your skin's melting off. I got two sleeping serum cockatoos here. What's the deal? Sugar, sugar.
So we have a new chatter here, Rita Matthews, who says hello, and she likes to know how you can tell the birds apart. They look so similar to her.
Uh, well, they don't look at all similar to, if you live with birds for a while, they don't look similar. That's all I can really say. There's a lot of differences that you can't see, but I'll go through some of them. The beak shape, uh, the way they hold their eyes, the way they move their feathers or hold their feathers against the body, the shape of their feathers. For example, with Jasmine, she has a little bit of a Igor thing going there. If you've seen Young Frankenstein, it looks like she has a hump. It's just the way she holds her head. Um, so beak shape, the shape of their feathers against their body. That's the primary way I tell them apart. But it's so easy to tell them apart now that it's like a blue light special at Kmart, just
Yeah, it's actually when one really, does a lot of research and studying them, and then, especially look at them in a lot of different situations and see them moving. And so the more you, get in contact with them, the more your brain just learns about their pattern and from one day to the other. So suddenly you don't have to actually look for the beak or something like that. It's just your brain knows, okay, that's Sugar, that's Jasmine. And yeah, actually our brain is made for pattern recognition. It's just we of course, our brain is not trained to recognize cockatoos differently. So yeah, it's basically when you take a lot of time and spend with them the time, then with the time one learns who is who, and then it's easy. Yeah, the Falcon Zoo mentions in chat different crests too, at least for the different species. That's true. That's one of the first thing we have here, actually 3 different cockatoo species. And that's probably the first what one learns, how they differ from each other.
yeah. To me, they're just after you live with them for a while, you just know who they are, and their behaviors are different too. They don't behave the same. I mean, you're not going to see any of these other birds playing with 2 toys at a time, like Cecil does. But just the motions of their bodies, the way they move, each one of them moves differently.
So thank you so much, Rita, for your donation. Rita just donated $10 to us.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You need more toys, don't you? Yeah, you need more rattle toys. He just broke his last rattle toy.
Yeah, that comes in definitely in the toy pot.
Rattle by 2 of his rattle toys. That'll last a week, knowing this guy. But it's a week he'll have fun. He'll really enjoy it. Yeah, I know you had to pick up a different toy today, didn't you? Well, he does play with different toys, but he likes his rattle balls, don't you, Cecil?
Yeah, that also helps in distinguishing that, seeing what they do. So most of the people know Cecil likes running around with toy in his beak, so they know, okay, that must be Cecil, and from that, then they can look at him and see, okay, what's his special signature. And with the time, one knows it's the Cecil bird.
Yeah, and their crests do look different. I mean, his has more of a, it's a little longer than most, and it makes a bigger curve than most too. So I mean, there is a difference on their crests. Just so everybody knows, our Patreon now allows you to join up without having to pay anything. So head on over to Patreon and Patreon/Chloe Sanctuary and sign up, and we post everything there first. So if you're a member, of course, you'll get it at the same time. We post membership items on YouTube at the same time. But regardless of whether you're a member, sign up on the Patreon, and we have chat areas and all kinds of fun stuff up there. So, and it used to be to get on Patreon, you had to pay, but you don't have to do that now. So, right, right over there. What do you have to say about that? It says it's a frisbee. It's a frisbee.
Oh, that's Snowball. He loves frisbees. Therefore,
No,
he likes also to sit on them, but also throwing them, playing frisbee with Don. Yet Snowball can play frisbee. He knows the rules. And he's so cute.
yeah, don't try doing what he's doing with your teeth. It won't work. You need you need a beak that you would like that. So it's amazing what these hook
It's a
bills can do.
pretty calm crew when there's no one who causes trouble. We both Tritons are not in the room at the moment. So we have umbrella cockatoos and Moluccan cockatoos, which also can be called ceramic cockatoos. But the Tritons are basically out.
Yeah, the most common name is Moluccan, which it's even embedded in their scientific name. But there's 1,500 islands in the Moluccan chains, and they only come from Ceram. So or Serum. So to call them anything but a Serum cockatoo doesn't make a lot of sense, but we have to do that because that's what people know them as, right, Jazz? Jazzy Jazzbird?
Yeah, she prefers to be called Jazzy Jazzbird.
Jasmine, the Jazzy Jazzbird?
At least sometimes she reacts.
Oh, she's looking at me. That's what matters. She's she's looking at me.
Yeah, she cannot come over. She's Well, she could come over, but she doesn't like to walk over her new best buddy, Sugar.
Plus, she knows who else is down here, and he's not fond of her for no good reason, actually. But in time, when he leaves the room, she comes and sits in my lap. So when he leaves, then I bring in the rest of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
And Snowball has to leave too because he can't be around Lorelei. Did I say Snowball? I did say Snowball. Yeah, you're looking at me there, buddy?
Mm-hmm. So when Pippa is not in the room, you can throw a frisbee.
Yep. If I had one to throw, I didn't bring him over here. He's got them all lined up around the tree. Cecil, try not to break my glasses, okay? I fixed them once. I don't want to have to keep fixing them. Okay? All right. Cecil?
Such a
Yeah,
good boy.
I'm
Such a
talking
good
to.
bird.
Yeah, nice
Introduce
and
a cutie.
really turned. I did a double dose today. I took one and then the other ones came in. So I took one of my regular B vitamin combos. So I'll be turning red for a while. What are you doing? Hmm? She's just watching him. I'm watching the show. It's a Cecil show. Yeah, her beak. I can trim it, but I can't trim it down too far. The one thing there is blood flow down in there, so I have to be careful how far I go. She's getting another beak trim today, aren't you, baby? Hmm. Yeah. You're only concerned about him, right? Are you? Do you have to grab
First,
my
you need
face?
a biggie cur
Do you have to grab my face? Do you? Why would you do that?
and a Claudie cur.
Hmm? Silly bird.
So Rita writes in chat, we need more people like you in this world. These birds are so fortunate to have a loving home.
Yeah, they they do pretty well under good care, but it's too bad they're not in the wild. They have much better lives in the wild, but they do pretty well here. Cecil's pretty happy, aren't you, Cecil? As long as you can beat me up. Are you gonna wake up there, sugar? Oh, did I pull your tail? I did. You want your beak pet? Oh, okay. Hi, sugar. Hello. Hello, big girl. Yeah, they're not like cats. You can't put them in the wild and then they survive. There are some parrots, Amazons, conures, that kind of thing can survive, but not these guys. They've got to be in a flock. Where's that beak? Where's that beak? Where's that beak? You're getting too far away over here.
Oh, look at that crest, Turkey. Hmm? I love how Jasmine is now a regular next to Sugar.
Yeah, that took a while for them to develop a friendship.
Yeah, Sugar was always kind of a lone wolf, but now she's really, yeah, getting forward and having relations to other birds. I think, yeah, with Jasmine, she has a real friendship. They somehow agreed on, have special rules with each other. So Jasmine usually likes to walk on other birds. So when she wants from point A to point B, if someone is sitting on the straight line in between, she just walks over. With Sugar, she does not. So I think that helps a lot.
See, I try to pat her beak, see what he does. He walks up on my arm. It only weighs a pound, but it does drag down on you after a while, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
So and Michelle Thompson just arrived. So hello and welcome. Good to see you.
Hello, Michelle.
Today we have a really calm crew. So Snowball is playing a little bit with the frisbee. Cecil is trying to destroy Dawn's glasses again. But to his rescue, he wasn't it actually in the first place. It was gravity. Let's blame it on gravity.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Erin, good to hear you.
Hey,
Good
Aaron.
to see you guys. And Snowball. And the extended flock family, of course.
That's an interesting question from Rita. She would like to know which one is most difficult to care for.
What species or which bird?
I think which bird here in the flock, probably. I told
Probably.
her that the Chloe Sanctuary has specialized on cockatoos who mutilate or pluck their feathers.
Yeah, the most difficult behaviorally would be Babalu. Although he's head over heels, and that bird loves me more than he loves himself, I think. But he's the hardest one to corral because he doesn't listen. He just does what he wants to do a lot of the time. It's a typical behavior for a Triton bird. Nice fluff up over there. Nice rouse. Physically, it would be Sugar, because if she doesn't get her medicine twice a day, she'll basically bleed to death. So she's got to have her haloperidol twice a day, or she's gonna tear herself up. I have pictures. If someone doesn't believe me, you don't want to see them. And they're not as bad as they could be, because I had to take care of her before I took the picture. So she was actually cleaned up a bit, but it doesn't look good when she does that. So it's been a long time since she's hurt herself.
Thank goodness. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Without Hell she probably wouldn't be with us. But I see
Without
that.
Helldoll and without you, Don.
Yeah, she's kind of hooked on me. Although she doesn't like broke my glasses recently, and I went a day wearing these other glasses. She was just not happy with me. You change your appearance, and they change their attitude. Like, well, what is wrong with you?
You're not keeping your part of the bargain. You're supposed to look the same each day.
It's probably because in the wild, when a bird starts to look different, they're sick. And so at that point, they have to try to push the bird out of the flock. So it's probably based on that. They don't have a lot of instinctive behavior, but that's one.
That makes sense.
I think she just said, don't bother her, but you're not listening, Cecil. Maybe he was. He decided not to do it. Hey, Cecil, be nice.
So,
that is
hi, Erin. And look at Jasmine pole dancing back there, or being on the summit of the pole.
Hey, Falcon Sue.
Hey, Falcon Sue. Yeah. In Jasmine pole dancing. Yes, there you go.
Just in time.
And now the flappies. Oh, look, Jasmine is causing some action. That's cool. Thanks, Jessie.
Be nice. Be nice.
Cecil.
That's Cecil Jekyll.
Cecil Jekyll. That's right.
There's a follow-up question from Rita. Is that rare? So I'm not completely sure if that is considered to, we were talking about feather plucking and mutilation.
Feather plucking is not rare. It's due to being raised in captivity. Hey.
Yep, it's all too common in captive parrots.
He knows be nice, and he knows hey. It means stop. So he knows several words for don't harm the other birds. He doesn't really hurt them. He just
that's so majestic what Jasmine does back there.
Oh my gosh, they're really putting on a show today.
Yeah, when you entered, somehow they started out. Before it was pretty calm. Everyone was sitting and it's time for a nap.
Aw, so cute. Jasmine just hanging on. She just really loves that thing. So,
Oh, no, Cecil.
oh, Cecil. He kind of
Right?
controlled himself at the end there.
Yeah, he listens to me.
Right? Yep.
That's the problem. That's the problem with Bob. He doesn't listen. I tell him to stop, and he just keeps going. And I've got
Well,
him now. He's coming across the cage for peanut butter and doing kisses before he gets it. So he's starting to obey. Well, not so much obey, but follow my cues.
right.
So
And that just opens up communication so that there's clear communication.
that's it.
And it is possible. So that's really, you know, it's the consistency and being mindful.
Yeah, every one of these bigger issues when they came here. So and they all get along pretty well. Stop it, Cecil. Cecil. All right, good boy.
The fact that they can all, or large groups of these birds can hang out in the aviary together, in the socialization room together, that says a lot about the power of ABA and what you've been able to accomplish, especially considering they're all birds with special needs, and traumatic backgrounds.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Sugar is starting. She's not being happy with Jasmine being so active. Jasmine is shaking her perch and she's not thrilled about it.
Well, maybe you can convince her coming over for some big grubs.
Cecil, run it. Hold on, guys. You gotta grab some paper. Cecil, ever since I separated him from Lorelei, and they were never together in the same cage, but they obviously had decided they were mated to each other. So now that I've separated him, he makes a point of coming over and pooping on me. That's part of the deal. So
just
he
part of the
he
deal.
intentionally does it, where the other birds will not do that intentionally. He will.
They are so funny.
You can't come down here. I'm sorry. I put my hand up, but you can't. He's over here. You can't. This is not a good situation. You need to get back up on the perch, little girl. Come on. You can't come down here. No, you know what'll happen. Now she sees. She just goes where she wants to go. There you go. Good girl. I'll pet you right there.
Oh, good
right
girl.
There. Good girl.
So, meanwhile, Eliza Wins has joined us. Welcome, Eliza. Good to see you. She told us that she has a cockatoo girl. She's 33 and usually plucks during the breeding or mating season. And that was to a comment from Rita Matthews, who would like to know what causes the bleeding. Again, I think she didn't fully understand what you said about self-mutilation or feather plucking. I think that was the topic.
Yeah, because they were raised in captivity in incubators away from their flocks and don't really know what they are. They will quite frequently, and more frequently than we like, these birds will self-destroy. What they will do is like a person who cuts their wrist and then calls 911. Yeah, when they hurt themselves, it releases endorphins, the natural painkillers in your body, so it relieves their anxiety. And this is all because they're bred in captivity. So
that says a lot about the situation that they're in mentally when you consider the lengths they go to.
The exception to the captivity issue, and I've had to tell a few people this one, is the way they catch them in the wild. One of the ways they do it is to chop down the tree and take the babies. So of course they don't get to grow up among a flock, and they end up with the same problems. Yep. But if they've In a flock, they generally will not do any self-destructive behavior. Be nice.
Yeah.
Sugar isn't going to take you, so you better be nice.
Oh, Sugar, you're so funny lately. She has so much opinions and shows so much of her personality.
Be nice.
So cute.
Be nice. I'm going to take the toy away. His personality is just totally different when he has a toy. Sometimes he'll just toy, but most of the time he runs around and tries to whack. I've taught him mostly to whack me with it, but he's starting to whack the other birds. What? Well, you can't come down here because you'll try to whack KK, and he doesn't get that. And he'll get wound up if you do that. So we don't want that to happen. Lucy's taking the best spot. She's just hunkered down so that he can't get to her. Snowball.
And then there is the snowball. Looks like Eliza's bird is also called snowbird. But it's a female snowbird.
No.
Snowball.
Eliza would like to know, how do you keep your space so clean? It's amazing. The short answer is probably cleaning all day long.
Yeah, there's a lot of cleaning going on. I have to clean 12 cages every day, plus this room or the aviary outside, one way or the other, I have to clean.
Always cleaning. That's definitely never ending.
There have been times before the pandemic and all that craziness. When I had volunteers, I did have people who would come by and clean, but
Yeah, that would be nice.
So let's see. We have a new chatter, Ultimate TV 9000, saying, I gave my lovebird a cardboard box and now she doesn't stop shouting.
Nice.
yeah, when you testing materials, you're never sure what they're going to do. But I'm not going to say not to do it. They just got to be careful you don't get them where they start to become territorial. They start acting aggressive, then you need to back off on the nesting materials.
Right.
So Rita is saying, so sad, I've never had a bird. Like I said, you are so special, Don, for what you do. So thank you for your nice words, Rita. And it looks like Ultimate TV is looking for some advice to get his bird stop shouting.
Well, first of all, take away the box. And then the next thing you need to do is ignore the bird. This is called an extinction. You never do extinction by itself. So you ignore the bird when it's making that sound, and when the bird either stops for 20 or 10 or 20 seconds, then you praise the bird and give it whatever its favorite treat is, which you want to take out of their diet and only give it while they're training. Or when the bird makes a sound you do like, then you want to praise them and give them a treat. So remember that you can say, good bird at any time when they're doing what you want them to do, and then come over and give them the treat afterward, because you're cueing that. It's called a bridge. So you're bridging. They learn that say that you're going to bring something. Don't ever, in the beginning, never say bird when you're not going to provide a treat. After a long time, you'll hear me say good bird to some of them without a treat. I can, because I have built up in the bank account. I built up all this good positive stuff in their bank account, so they're okay with it. No, you don't think so, huh? You don't think so? No, the KK bird. Hi, KK. Hi, KK. You're gonna hide under there, KK. All right. All right. If you want to hide. Hey.
And
She'll make
Ultimate is saying she's making strips of paper from books all day to make it cozy in the cupboard with cardboard box.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds like heavy nesting activity.
You're gonna get behavior you may not want by doing that. I would suggest stopping that behavior for a while, and then doing the other thing, which is basically you're going to reinforce the behavior you do want and ignore the behavior you don't. Don't try just ignoring it. That'll make it worse. A lot of people make that mistake. They try to do extinction by itself, but it doesn't work. Ignoring it, which is the technical term for that as extinction, is you're just waiting for the right time when they're doing what you want to reinforce that behavior. So,
No.
and you want to catch something like screaming as early as you can, because the longer you let them do it, it's going to take longer to break the behavior. Oh, that might happen rather quickly. You never know. They're individuals, so.
So true.
She's going to kick you off that perch in a minute.
Mhm.
I'm not going to put. Oh, I got your tail.
So, Jocelyn, I've never heard of an African grey kelp who is swearing, I guess.
Classic African gray problem.
Try to teach him a word, tell him 100 times, he doesn't say it or it doesn't say it, but doing once word.
Slam your finger in the refrigerator once, and the bird has a sailor's vocabulary. That's the way it works.
Yep. Because it's so interesting how loud and excited you were when you said it. They're drawn to that.
And they're drawn to things like the sound microwave going off, because people run over to it. What you need to do in your environment when you hear a sound go off, don't run over to it. That's what people do when babies cry, and they say, "Well, I have to get rid of my cockatoo because it's acting weird after the baby." Well, that's because every time the baby does something, you act like it's the end of the world. I got to run over to the baby. Let them cry for a couple minutes, then go over. Then your birds won't pick up the sound. If you run right over, you're just training your bird to pick up that sound.
Like, look how interesting.
Oh, well, they know they can manipulate you with it, so they do.
I love that. They're so smart.
They are. Cecil? Now be nice to her. You're on her spot right now. Sugar.
What's the problem now, Shug?
Cecil? Come here. No,
wait,
come here.
Who else is up there?
Well, come on down. Come on down. Now you're not going to hit anybody. You can hit me, but nobody else, okay? Doesn't understand what I'm saying, but he knows I'm trying to get him to do something. That much he knows. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, big silly.
Who's the white bird sitting back there on Sugar's perch?
That's Snowball.
Snowball. On Moluccan stalking mission.
Exactly.
Yeah, Snowball likes frisbees and pink birds.
That's a good way to put it. And he loves his pink frisbee.
So Don left a red frisbee outside in the sun, and after a day it looked like our Moluccan cockatoos.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful pink. Yeah, more or less. The pinker parts.
So Ultimate says, thank you so much, Don.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, Cecil, such a good boy.
Oh, he is.
Training seems like such an easy thing, but there are steps to it. And I've taken the classes from Dr. Friedman and Dr. Zelix. So,
yep. Very informative courses, especially Dr. Jennifer Zelig's.
Yeah, her course is great, although it's not specifically about parrots. Boy, you really learn how to deal with them.
Yeah, she's kind of a natural teacher too. So it's something where even if you're coming in without much information at all, it's very digestible.
And she's not boring. She's keeps your attention.
Yep. I like the what is it? The British comedians Life
Monty
of
Python.
Brian. Yes, thank you. All the Monty Python intermissions of songs and just little things to kind of break the ice and get the day going. Very cool. Very fun class. Oh, Cecil.
You're having fun.
She's being such a good boy. Now he is.
Trying to.
Cecil Jekyll.
She was getting the cockatoo dust off the lint on my leg there for a while. Just brushing it off.
Mm.
Silly. I don't know what's on your mind. You're cleaning up the spot where you're sitting. You know, you probably put that dust there. You probably did. Yeah, this beak is from a veterinary office that had her and used her as an official greeter. So they used to damage her beak so that she couldn't hurt anybody, and it'll never grow normally again. So I have to work
Oh,
it every week, and that's due to a veterinary office. The way they were more concerned about their clients. So what if she bites somebody? A lawsuit, you know?
oh my gosh. And that's what these birds are up against, even in a place that should be safe for them. Just not always the case.
And then the place was taken over by VCA, which is one of those big corporations that owns these. It goes around buying up all these veterinary offices. And they said, get off their premises. We don't allow any birds or any non-paying birds on the premises.
Oh my gosh. How awful. It goes against everything that, the people who work at those places like believe mostly. I'm sure,
Yeah.
they care
Yeah.
about these animals.
So, Ultimate says, I made Ableton live file that listens for bird screeches with a microphone and then plays a sound to respond to different frequencies.
Well, that's cool.
Mhm.
That could possibly be used by people who are trying to train their birds not to scream. If you can catch the scream and use that as an input for another response. But the thing is, you have to be careful with that. They could end up liking what you do, and then it might make it worse. But when you play around with it, you could probably find a way to stop them. Maybe the sound of a hawk. Although you'll definitely get the flock call for a hawk if you do that.
Will be a reaction.
You have to think about it. That's a good idea, though.
And Jocelyn Driggle is telling us that her cockatiel Cinnamon is not singing yet or whistling. He's 6 months old now.
Well, some do and some don't, so don't count on it. We, for example, Cecil can talk, but he hardly ever does. He can say Cecil, hi, and hello, but he rarely ever speaks. Sugar can say hi and possibly a couple of other things, but she doesn't do it. Jasmine talks better than most native English speakers, but it's rare. It'll usually be when somebody is in the environment she doesn't know, and then she'll start talking, and it sounds just like it. You would swear there was another person in the room, but she doesn't talk the rest of the time.
And I feel like, especially with like the whistling and stuff, I always whistle a ton around my birds and talk and sing and do a bunch of stuff, So the more that you do that, the more likely it could be, But like Don said, some birds are more vocal than others, just kind of an individual thing.
Yep. And usually the ones that aren't as vocal have a lot of other behaviors that are fun. Like with Sugar, it's the pet my beak behavior. Well, she's been tearing up a lot of wood lately. She's decided that she's watched the other birds chewing on wood, so she's going to do it.
Shuggy is becoming a real bird.
A real girl.
Yeah,
Right.
the thing was, she always was either a statue bird or animatronic bird, robot shug, but
Robot Shug. I like that.
yeah, but now she's really behaving like a bird, having fun, getting into trouble with other birds, annoying daddy.
Classic.
Not just sitting on a perch and yeah, look.
Hi, Sugar. Well, she's always been shy of the camera. When she knows the camera's on, she just hide her behaviors because she's always been more active than people think she is. But she's definitely picked up her activity lately. It's probably the bigger place, and this has got more room. There's a lot more room here for them. So,
Yep,
and there's
room
the
to
apiary.
stretch their wings.
And in the cooler months, they've got the aviary when the air quality is okay, which is most of the time. And then this room, they like this room too. There's plenty of ropes for them to play on, and as you can see, though, they're all gathered around me. That's typical.
Yeah. They
And
congregate.
I've changed my name to Entertainment Center. Hi,
Dawn Entertainment Co.
Cecil Bird, Cecil Bird. What you doing, Cecil?
It would be funny to see the spectrograms of our birds when they sing and shout. Yeah, Ultimate was telling in chat he's doing that, recording the sounds and then do the spectrograms to visualize the frequencies.
Yeah, there's an app. There's a singing app that does that. It'll actually show you. It actually makes the notes for everything. You can actually like make a song out of it. It's an Australian app. I know that. I can't remember the name of it. Something singing. I can't remember the name, but yeah, it shows you on a graph exactly where the frequencies of voice, and so it would work well for that too. Now
Shuggy looks great back there.
He's made his own little toy now where they take their they cough up a little bit from their crop and they make it into a toy to play with.
Oh, nice.
And Eliza's telling us that her girl sings with her together opera every day, or at least is trying. She's doing it by wearing the word hello in different ways.
Yeah, you get them to sing opera, you can have them sing some of the songs from Sweeney Todd. That's good. That's sort of American opera, a little different, but
And that the Amazons, who are that famous or popular cockatoo or not cockatoo, parrot opera singers, which can sing.
Yeah, they are. They have a just opera-like voice. Cockatoos can do it too. Some of them. It depends on the bird whether they want to. But this one over, where are we? This one over here could do it if she wanted to.
No, Cecil was doing the poll.
Teach Cecil, and he could do that line from Sweeney Todd. At last, my arm is complete again. Only you'd have to change it to last, my foot is complete again, right? I heard that, little girl. What do you want? Hey, Luce. Pretty girl. So I'll mention again that you can join Patreon and there's no charge to join now. So you can find us at Patreon/Chloe Sanctuary. And members on YouTube and those on Patreon are going to be the first ones to get our videos. So
Woo! Yeah, it'd be great to
Mhm.
see everybody there.
yeah, there's a chat
we've
area
been
too where
on
you can just
Patreon for a long time, but actually now Patreon is coming up with a lot of new features. And yeah, we will see what we can include there. One of the first features, which is interesting for probably everybody, is that you can now join Patreon for free. So you don't have, you can join and then decide if you want to donate or whatever amount you want to, or if. So it's fully up to you. And it gives us a lot of different ways to communicate now with our people who have subscribed there and so let's see how it develops.
Absolutely.
yeah. And they give us unlimited space to upload videos now too. So
Beautiful.
yeah,
And that might be a really good format for us to distribute some teaching, educating videos about bird training and having birds in the home and stuff like that.
and no advertisements either. So
That's the thing. YouTube has started heavily advertising at the moment, and the thing is the creators get less and less from it. So yeah.
Yep.
So
Not really
probably
working.
we will
six
decide to put some of the longer videos just for that on Patreon.
6 months ago on the ad revenue from YouTube, it was about $2,000 a year, and now we're down to about 600. And that's before I started trying to decide what different to do, because no matter what you did, if I put up 3 videos a week, it amounted to about $10 more in a month. That I'm not working for 10 a month when these birds have to have to care for the birds. So,
Yep.
but Patreon's just a better place for us to put videos up. So
That's the thing. The people have to watch here on YouTube so much advertisement, and the creator gets basically nothing for it. And the next star is that at the moment YouTube is allowing other creators basically steal our videos. So we have seen a lot of others which are stealing at the moment our short videos and in putting it in their videos, and YouTube has no problem with it, even it's actually copyright violation.
Yep. So that's tough to fight up against, because they'll put Don's short videos in a compilation, and I guess they think that's transforming. It's not.
calm down. Calm down. Don't get wound up. It's just Lucy. She's not doing it. It's all right. It's all right. This is the thing you got to learn about these guys. If they go to defend you, they're going to bite you. It's their way of letting you know there's a problem. It's okay. He
But
didn't
for the
actually.
rest of people, everything on YouTube stays the way it is at the moment. So we will have our live streams and putting the quotes out and the news. So no worries. So it's not that anyone forces you to change the platform or so, but might be just also interesting for you to show up there, since it looks like there might be also a chat included, so we can kind of correspond with you all the time. So a little when one compares it to Discord or so.
Yeah, we all know how wonderful the when you're not online, how wonderful the chat is in YouTube. So looking forward to testing it out. I set up one chat room. We can set up multiples, but I set up one chat room. We'll see, how that works out, and then we'll add other ones with different, like people have bird. If you had a problem, an issue with a bird, physical or behavioral, where we can give you, heads up on what's going on, and just stuff in general, and then just places to chat. And
Yep.
kind of nice to have. You can't really do that except on Discord. YouTube's a bad place to chat because it may take 24 hours for somebody to get back to you. So
yeah,
I think they're making some good changes out there that'll make it better for everybody. So we'll see.
fingers crossed.
We've been on Patreon for a long time, but they've been talking about these changes, and so we finally jumped on board. So, what are you doing? You're not going to jump on board, are you? It's a good boy. He's just worried about Lucy. Lucy is not going to hurt me. She's not. She won't. That's a nice foot there.
Oh no, is KK upset again? Oh, KK, no one is hurting Don.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't like the way she's sitting on me. Okay, big boy.
He's really kind of super protective on you, Don. No.
So cute.
Yeah, he came from a bad situation. His caretaker died, and then he had to fly down here from Alaska. I'm sorry, did I get too close? I didn't mean to. Trying to preen him here. And then, I got him where he felt comfortable, but now I think he's a little too comfortable, so I have to work on that.
Yeah, that is not the first time that happened, right?
Yeah. Another rescuer from Vegas that had him before, like 4 years ago or so. She came and I asked him if he wanted to come out of his cage. He wasn't coming out of his cage. He was afraid she was going to take him away. He's a pretty happy boy. He goes through a lot of wood. You would not believe how much he goes.
It's his full-time job.
Yeah, about $40, about 40 cents a piece. He goes through about 20 to 30 pieces of wood a day. But if you don't give him the wood, he'll start picking his feathers. He's not on Haldol right now. I had him on for a while. I am trying to keep him off it. If you can get them, if they haven't been on it that long, he was only on it about 6 months when I got him. So if he hasn't been on it over a year, usually you can wean him off. Once it's over a year, no, I wouldn't do it. What'll happen is maybe they'll be okay for a while, and then one day you'll walk in there and almost all their feathers will be off.
Oh, yeah.
When we were in that temporary location after the flood, there it was not a good spot for them at all, and Lorelei was starting to have some behavioral issues that were compounded by the fact she was in a small cage in a 10 by 10 room with all the other birds crammed in there, and she had been off Haldol for 2 or 3 months. I went in there one day and she was almost naked. So she's got her feathers back now. I have to watch her closely, and she'll probably have to stay on it the rest of her life. We hope the U.S. government doesn't do something like decide they're not going to, we don't want that drug anymore or something. Because you could give them Valium, but you'd have to give it to them every 2 hours. It's not effective. Nothing else really works.
Before they do that, they should better care for that new drug everyone's, or not everyone, but so much people suffer from in US, which is kind of a horse tranquilizer. Actually, but the people who take it are completely like zombies.
Oh, the zombie. Well, actually, the people in this country watch so much TV, they are zombies, I think. I mean, if you watch television for an hour a day, you're giving up. Figure that out. That's an hour a day times 365 days. Divide 24 into that. You're sitting in front of a box that makes sounds and flashes lights at you for 12 days of the year. And when Chloe and I first got away, I went through a divorce, and we moved in with a friend in his extra room. And he was saying he didn't watch much TV. I calculated it out, and he was watching a month of TV a year, sitting in front of a box instead of doing something with your life, you know.
Mhm.
So zombies, not just the drugs. There's a lot of zombies here just because of that box. My dad, when he was young, when they were just coming up with the TV, just starting to produce them, he goes, "Nobody's going to want to sit in front of a box." You know, and then he ended up being one of those people. He'd come home from work, sit in his chair with some stupid show on TV and fall asleep there every night, except the weekends.
Yep, that's definitely a problem I think a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah, just find something you can do. I mean, I take care of birds, but
Anything.
find something, you know, go help the homeless. Go, I mean, find something, but
Yep.
find something to do rather than sitting in front of a box.
Then
Although
consume.
Romeo is right now. What was he watching? I think he was watching Northwest. But
That's a good movie.
yeah,
Aw,
Romeo has such a good taste in movies.
he does. He does.
He's a sweetie pie, but he has a tough life, you know, having these kind of psychological issues because someone, yeah, completely messed up his wings. He has his primary feathers removed, and the thing is, even if you just cut the wings off, or not the wings, the feathers of the wings of birds, they can get terrible balance issues. And of course, if the feathers are permanently removed or so and will never come back, so that also has removed his follicles. Yeah, now he has lived with that issue for all his life, and it kind of affects him psychologically and makes him pretty fearful. So we are happy to have found something. So he has a super huge cage, and yeah, he likes to watch movies during the days.
So cute.
Good movies.
Right? Good movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good way to spend your time.
Of course, he also Don trains him, so now he's coming actually out again. And he was so fearful in sometimes he even doesn't want to come out of the cage. And yeah, Don has brought him to some degree back. Yeah, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
yeah, I keep him out for about 45 minutes every night. And the last 15, I get him to wander around the living room with me, and I just keep telling him, this is Lucy, and this is Cause, and this is Babaloo, and you know, and then he goes back to his cage, and I sit down with him a bit. It's gotten to the point now where he'll do that without having a problem. But I
Aw.
had him where he was actually coming out with me to go places back in the old place, and there's one lady
But
that
like you need to do this round of showing Romeo the birds, like doing that with Manda too, showing Manda the birds.
yeah, Mander comes out with me in the morning now, so he's my morning bird. He helps cook, he eats edamame, and this morning he had my banana
Yeah,
nut muffin.
I think Manda also needs some desensitization to all the others, especially to some mean aunties.
Oh yeah.
No offense, Shugi.
Yeah,
Don't
no offense.
He's such a sweet boy, and they just don't appreciate him.
But that's Lucy.
Well, I hate to say it, folks, but it's that time. So
It's
we'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget about Patreon. If you can sign up there for free, you can hang out with us and chat and that kind of stuff. We'd sure like to have you there.
We
And
would love to.
thank you, Anna Marie and Aaron, for your support, and everybody else for being here. And we will see you on Wednesday. Same time, same bat channel.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Dawn. Thanks, Anna Maria. And we'll see you next time, extended flock family.
bye bye. Have a great time.